day, your music gets more formulaic to the point that an AI computer program can produce your songs, produce your scripts and your books. Listening to this sort of ear candy is just like subsisting on a bag of chips from the snack machine. Your soul is malnourished. Your mind is malnourished.
The clowns all juggle their power plays in their tents of lies and grand displays. Elephants stomp, the donkeys play, while the ringmasters twirled our lives away. Oh, it's the circus of 2025, where the truth takes a dive to barely survive. Popcorn promises and high wire schemes. It's a big top world of shattered dreams.
The range of acceptable thought in the society is narrow by design, obviously.
The lions roared, but it was all a show. The crowd cheered loud, but they'll never know. Behind the curtain, still it's all pretend. A never-ending act that won't give in. Oh, it's the circus of 2025, where the truth takes a dive to barely survive. Popcorn promises and high wire schemes. It's a big top world of shattered dreams. The acrobats flip through their red tape hoops. The jesters bend laws for their interest groups. The audience laughs but cries inside at this political roller coaster ride.
One of the greatest tricks of modern power is that it manufactured its own opposition. You're literally told what the dissenting opinion is supposed to be. You're given two sides to choose from, but both sides ultimately serve the same system. That's why political debates are just theater. Why every controversy is just another episode in an endless, scripted spectacle. People believe that they're engaging in resistance, when in reality, they're simply playing their assigned roles in a pre-approved narrative. The system does not suppress opposition, it creates opposition and controls opposition and ensures that that opposition will remain harmless.
The puppets dance, the strings get pulled, while promises rot and futures grow cold. The spotlight shines on the great charade, a performative chaos that we all obey.
Opposition is fashion. Activism has been turned into a product. It's a social currency, a momentary trend, and then when it fades, it's replaced by whatever the next cause will be. It will capture the public's fleeting attention. The entire society has been engineered for distraction. Entertainment is relentless. Everything is gamified. Everything is turned into a spectacle. Everything is designed to keep people from ever pausing to reflect, pausing to thinking, to question. And like I said, even if they had a moment to pause, they don't even have the intellectual, psychological, artistic, or cultural language to even articulate their thoughts. You only have the words that the power structure gives you for understanding what they're doing to you. In this environment, how can there ever be a revolution? How's that even possible? If you are people who are addicted to instant gratification, how can they sustain long-term struggle? A society that's conditioned to seek pleasure above all else, comfort above all else, is never going to choose hardship, even if that hardship is necessary for justice. The population has been trained not to endure, but to escape. I said you've been trained to escape, not to endure. You've been trained, you've been programmed to be serfs. That's what you were and that's what you are, serfs and slaves. Only now, escape doesn't actually mean escaping the plantation or the manor or the tenant land. It means just forgetting where you are and what you are. Escape means distraction. It means not even knowing the words to understand that you are a serf or a slave. It means that the songs you sing, the stories you tell, and even the dissent or the opposition that you express are all actually just methods of reinforcing your subject status. Art is being weaponized. It's being instrumentalized utilized to hypnotize, sterilize, and neutralize the population. They're controlling your emotions. They're controlling your thoughts, your understanding, your perception, how you interact with the world. They don't want a single thought to be in your head that they didn't put there. You understand? They want your brain to be numb. They want your brain to be barren, frigid, incapable of producing anything itself. Entertainers in the West aren't providers of moments of happiness and relief for the masses. They are the equivalent of anesthetists for Joseph Mengele. Well, 2 or 3 people write the majority of the top 40 songs in America. The same chord progressions, the same auto-tuned vocals, the same repetitive hooks, get recycled over and over and over again. Pop music today is not meant to express anything authentic, anything real. It's meant to be an earworm, designed to be addictive, to be used in TikTok videos, to go viral. It's a product, not an art form. It's assembly line manufacturing for maximum profitization, churning out the same formulas musically that sold well in the past, manipulating predictable and shallow emotional responses through a calculated process. That's not art, that's business. And it's draining your society, it's disconnecting your society, it's dehumanizing your society, and it's programming your society. They're emptying the pockets of your imagination, the pockets of your creativity, of your authenticity, and they're leaving you with nothing but a few counterfeit coins which you can use, to buy slogans out of the company vending machine. So you have a top-down culture in America, you understand? Not an organic from the ground up culture. Your culture is controlled from the top down. Think about that. Stop and reflect on that. People don't really want justice, they want relief. They don't seek truth, they seek comfort. They don't desire real change, they want convenience. And as a result, they remain in a cycle. Protests, elections, social media outrage, repeating the same pattern over and over and over, expecting different results, but nothing changes. Because they're treating the symptoms, not the cause. And like I said, culture creates art and art creates culture. So look at the art that your culture creates and look at the culture that your art is creating. Because a people capable of revolution has to be a people capable first of imagination. They have to be creative people. In order to have a revolution, you have to have independent thought. You have to have independent thinkers. People who can't think for themselves are never going to revolt. You can't have mental homogeneity across the society where that homogeneity is overseen and imposed by the power structure and ever expect for that society to rise up against the power structure. And nothing illustrates the absence of imagination, the absence of creativity, the absence of independent thought than your popular media. A society without real art is a society incapable of revolution. And your art is vapid, and it enforces vapidness. That's the relationship between art and society. It reflects and it affects.